Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. So in this topic, in this today's session, we are going to cover process builder and Salesforce. So what exactly the process builder is, how exactly it is gonna work, how you can configure the process builder as per your requirement, what is the exactly your main features related to a process builder. So we are going to cover different types of points. But before starting today's session, I'd request you to please like, share and subscribe my channel so that I can make more and more videos. Okay. So firstly, what exactly the process builder is? So process builder is kind of automated process which is designed by Salesforce, which will help you to perform certain activity on a particular event. This kind of activity can be like create an update record, sending an email alert, submit it for an approval, invoke another process from a process, launch a flow, call an apex method and post to a chatter. These are the different types of actions can be performed. But before designing such kind of actions, you need to provide a certain type of criteria so that at that criteria these are kinds of activities can be performed. So in process builder, the way we have learned about the workflow rules in our previous session. If you haven't watched my previous video related to workflow rules, please go through the playlist and check out my video related to process builder so that you will have a clarity about what exactly the process builder is, what exactly the workflow is, and what is the difference in between them. So now here in this session, so let's concentrate on process builder now. So firstly, while designing a process builder, what we have to do is that we are going to provide a certain type of criteria where you wanted to execute a process builder. Then you have to specify an actions. So in an action, there are two different types of actions are there. First, it can be a schedule action. Second one will be the action that should be executed immediately. So this is how the process builder is. Okay. So now this is a small UI which exactly shows you how exactly the process builder works. So here, if you can see, this is the name of the process builder, which is as of now in a condition testing 22. Okay, the start node which shows that this from where this process builder gets start, an object selection which is always shown in a square bracket format with rounded edges, with where the name shown is an object on which the process builder is working as of now. Next, now the diamond condition, that means it's an evaluation criteria. If that matches, then related to their actions will gonna execute. So as I told you, there are two different types of actions are there. The first one is the immediate action and second one is the time lapse action. So or we called it as a schedule action in better way. So these are the two different types of actions are there. In an action, you can specify multiple actions as well. That means you can specify action 1, action 2, action 3, action 4. That can be depending on a different actions as well. So there is no restriction in that. And in schedule action as well, you can perform the activity. So now if you observe carefully, here is a stop button is there which will tell you that if you want to continue the workflow or not. If you wanted by executing a certain condition, the process builder should stop working for current scenario or current record, then you can click on the stop so that process builder will stop. Otherwise it is gonna check the other conditions as well. The way we have a first diamond called tester, it will go and perform the activities related to other criteria or conditions you have specified. Okay, and related to this we have the other process, that means it will show you the list of other process builder which is active or present on your arm. Clone means you can clone this whole process builder so that if you wanted to change any kind of activity or any kind of small or minor change in that, you can clone the existing process builder, give us new name to that, and then update the thing you wanted to give. And properties can be the details of the process builder. So now let's go and focus on how exactly we can implement a process builder in real life scenario. So now here, firstly what we have to do, we have to click on the setup page. Okay, so now in the quick find box we need to type process builder. Okay, so now, okay, if you see here carefully, the process builder option is came. I'm clicking on this. So now this is opening the list of all the process builder present on my arc. As you see here, we already have a process builder with the name of create order summary process. So this is how the process builder is already there, or you can check them by clicking this thing. So it is having the version, one version is only present. This is the name, this is his description, object is an order. That means this process is written on an order object. type of execution of this process builder is whenever the record changes. And I will tell you exactly that how you can specify all those things. The status is an inactive thing. Okay, that means whatever the code or whatever, not exactly the code, or whatever the functionality you have implemented here in a version, those activities are not going to work, as this process builder is an inactive status. Okay, so now we are going to create our new process builder. So for that, let's create a scenario first at what exactly you want. So now what I wanted is, now I wanted to create a process builder on an account where if an account name contains industry, okay, industry, then the type should be go as a, okay, let's make the thing is like technology. Okay, so better understanding, if the account name contains a technology, that means if the account name is ABC technology, then the type should be set as technology partner, and the industry should be set as engineering. Or is there any related to technology as well? Yeah, we have the technology. So this is how exactly I wanted. Okay, so for clarification, I just wanted to show you that such any kind of configuration is not there. So I just creating an account with the name as ABC technology and type, and all the things are blank. I'm trying to save this record, but if you see carefully, all the other values are totally blank. Okay, so now what I wanted to do is that let's configure the workflow rule here, sorry, process builder here. So now click on the new. So now initially first it is gonna ask you what is the name of the process you want and the API name. Okay, so now here I wanted to update account type as update account with name as technology. Okay, API name will be auto calculated. Description update, I will copy paste it as it is. Okay, so now a process start when. So now how you wanted to execute this process builder, that means a record changes or a platform event message is received or invoked by another process. So this exactly means that whenever a record is getting changed, that means it is getting created or getting updated. If you wanted to execute a process builder on an insert or update of an record, so then you have to go with the first option. If you wanted to design a process builder on a platform event, then you can go with second option, which is a platform event message is received, and third one is it's invoked by another process. That means if you wanted to perform chaining of a process builder, then you can go and continue with the third option. Okay, so that means a process builder should call another process builder, a second process builder we call third process builder. So in this way, if you wanted to implement, then you should go with the third option. So now let's start with the first thing, a record changes, as I wanted to update or do some kind of activity on a record changes. So I'm going to select this thing, clicking on a save. Then if you see here, a blank process builder is there with whatever the option I have explained you in previous log. Okay, so now I have wanted to perform the or specify the object. So as we wanted to perform activity on an account, I need to select account here. Okay, so now it is asking you when should this process should start. Okay, so the first option is when a record is created or when a record is created or edited. If you wanted to run a process builder on record creation only, then you should go with the first record, first radio button. Or if you wanted to go with the record created and edited, then you should go with the second option. As of now, I wanted to go with the second, as I don't wanted to be any kind of specification related to record updation or not. So I'm just going with the second thing. Now the next one is the advanced thing. This is one of the most recently used or not, you can say recently, or most of the time asked by an interview that you can is there any kind of recursion type of thing available in the process builder the same way we have in a workflow. So yeah, we have the thing in a recursion. It is as it is written, allow a process to record multiple times in a single save operation. That means suppose a process builder is another process builder, or the same process builder is already updating some values to from ABC to PQR. Okay, now after updating that PQR value, you want to recheck or reevaluate all the process builders or not, whatever you have provided or specified in an instance. if you wanted to make sure that after updating one statement, that is from ABC to PQR, you another process builder should doesn't work, then you should uncheck this checkbox. Or if you wanted to recheck such activities, then you should check on check. That means suppose I have update a process builder 1 is updating the type as from or status as initiated to close. Okay, after updating the process builder as initiated to close, whenever a record is created or updated with the status as initiated, the one process builder 1 will close or make the status as close. Okay, then if you have the another process builder written, if that checks whether that if the status equals to close, then update a description as this ticket is getting closed. So if you wanted to make sure that the second process builder should work, then you have to check this thing, otherwise you can exclude it. Okay, as of now I wanted to make sure that whatever the processes are other in an instance that should be executed, that's why I'm clicking on save here. Okay, add an criteria. So now check account name contains technology. Okay, whenever the conditions are met, or formula evaluation. So conditions is basically a simple condition is there, and formula is basically used for a complex formula evaluation techniques. Okay, or no criteria, that means if you wanted to perform or execute in some activities without any kind of criteria, that means whenever a record an account which we have condition specified here that should be executed without any kind of criteria, then you can go with the third option. As of now I have some criteria, then I'm going with here. Okay, so now account name, what I will do is that account name, okay, contains string technology. Okay, when account name contains technology, then advance, do you want to execute the action only when specific changes are made to the record? That means what exactly is saying that if there are the specific changes related to an account name is made, then only you wanted to or wanted to make sure that this should happen, then this checkbox is going to help you. Okay, that means from a record which is not getting satisfied our criteria is getting converted into satisfying our criteria, then it should work. Whatever the record which is already satisfying is getting saved, then it should not getting work, so that a workflow should execute only once. So as of now I don't want to continue with this thing, so I'm going to click on the save. Okay, I'm going to add an action where I have to update a field. So I will go to update the record. In that what I want is that type should be technology partner. So what I will do, update type as technology partner record type. Okay, select an record to update. Select the account record that started your process, or select the record. Okay, so here it is that if you wanted to perform an activity related to an another records which are related to your current record, then you can go with the second thing. Okay, or you can continue. As of now I wanted to perform the activity or update on the same object or same record itself, so I'm checking this thing. Okay, so I'm adding the field here. Okay, so account, what do we have? Account type, right? So account type pick list value, so that should go with technology partner, right? And after that what I wanted to do again as well, industry should be technology, right? So I'm going to select here industry pick list, okay, technology, right? Then I have to perform the save. Now I have created an immediate action here. Okay, right? After executing this thing, I wanted to stop this process builder. That means whenever whatever the nodes we have next to this, those should execute or not. If you click here OK, that means that whatever the other criteria, if you have the multiple nodes here, and if you click on stop, the next ones will be never gonna execute. It will stop on if the criteria matches with this, then it will update with the first or whatever the action is specified here. Okay, As of now, I don't want, or I don't have any kind of requirement to perform any kind of other evaluation. So I'm wanted to here making here it should go stop. Okay, marking it as in save, confirming. Okay, so now it is activated. Make sure that whatever the process builder you are making, it should be in activate status so that it should work. So now what I will do is that I will convert the ABC to PQR. Now what I will do, I will try to save this thing. Now as per my expectation, two fields should be getting updated. The first one will be the type, which will mark as a technology partner, and second will be the industry, which will be the technology part, technology. Okay, so this is how exactly the process builder works here. Okay, now if you wanted to check that we can able to update or any kind of add any kind of activity here in the process builder or not. So now as this process builder is an inactive or activated status, so we are not able to add any kind of activity or any changes to an active process builder. So for that, what we need to do is that we need to clone an existing process builder, update it with the updated name. So I will mark it as a version 2. Okay, so that we can identify it by which one is updated. Okay, okay, now I can edit and update each and every functionality present there. The way we have presented, or we have presented the different field updates here. You can also perform different activities just like Apex. That means that if you wanted to call any kind of Apex method from a process builder, so you can select Apex here, then it will show you to select a class, and you can select any class which will have an Apex method which should be marked as invocable. Those methods only can be called from process builder. Other method you cannot able to call from here. Okay, now you can also create a record from process builder itself. Okay, so that means if any kind of record matches with the condition you have specified, then you can create a record of any kind of object you want. That means if you wanted to create an object on of task, you can create it from here itself, or any related record. Whatever the object you are seeing here, you can create a record of them easily. Okay, without a kind of issue. Okay, so now the next thing is email alert. Now email alert is useful in a scenario whenever you wanted to notify a user on particular type of condition. Okay, in normal day-to-day scenarios, in while performing any kind of purchase on an Flipkart or any kind of different activities which will help you, or Amazon. Okay, whenever you place an order, an email should be get fired to you saying that your order has been successfully placed. So such kind of email alert you can manage here as well. So this can be basically used to inform your customer or user that the XYZ activity performed by them is done. Okay, so now next to the flow, here by using this action we can call a flow from here itself. So after clicking here, you can call, or you can create or you can select whatever the flow you have there. But as of now, I don't have any of the flow present in my current talk, so that's why I'm not able to see or get any kind of tips. But if in your, or if there are multiple flows are there, so you can search the flow name here, and this from the process builder you can call the flow itself. Okay, now next thing is the post to and chatter. So chatter is basically a type of functionality provided by Salesforce which will help you to keep the chatting activity or the details related to a chatter in that, so that you can communicate in between different types of user you have in your org. Wherever, yeah, if you wanted to update an activity to a customer, or if you want to notify to a certain customer by chatter, you can do this thing. So you can post it to the chatter from here itself. You can post it to the related users. Okay, you can go to the chatter group, whatever you have related to this record. You can merge the whatever the fields you have on an account. That means we have the multiple fields here in an account. So now if you go with the process builder, okay, here you can select the whatever the field we have an account, or the related objects related to an account as well. So this is how the post to chatter works. Now the process is, as initially I told you, that from a process builder you can perform chaining activity. That means a process builder can call another process builder. That means a process builder with name as A can call a process builder with the name as B. So such kind of activity can be do here. Here you can call all the active process builder whatever you have having in your, or you cannot call an in active process builder from here. Okay. Quick action. Quick action are the set of actions which will help you to perform activity by one click or one go. The activities are totally, or the actions are totally related to an object or a global action. These are the two different types of actions we have. Okay, the global action can be create a record, log a call. These are the two sample or commonly used global actions are provided by the Salesforce. But here in object, if you have created any kind of quick action on an object, so you can select or perform the activity related to that. Okay, and in a type you can select the related. Here we have newly found update records as well. Okay, now here the send customer notification, so it is also like an email notification is there. Okay, now here in a submit for approval, if you wanted to submit a record depending on certain kind of activity or certain record criteria matching, then you can submit it for an approval. As of now, whatever the object you have selected here in this process, we have selected account object, so we can only submit an approval process which is related to an account object. You cannot go with the another or related objects. Okay, so this is how it is. So here in an approval process, we have two different types of pick list values are there. We have the first one is a default approval process, and second will be the specific approval process. So the first default approval process means you don't wanted to check any kind of approval process here. Whoever matches the criteria, that should be get triggered, then you should go with the default approval process. Or if you want to create or trigger any specific approval process, then you can go with the specific approval process here. But for that you need to select the whatever the approval process you wanted here. As of now, I don't have an approval process on my instance, that's why I'm not able to see any kind of approval process here. Okay, so here a small functionality is there to skip an entry criteria. That means if you wanted to make sure that if an approval process coming from process builder does not getting evaluated by its entry criteria, then you can check this checkbox so that it can skip the entry criteria. And who is the user you wanted to make sure that this should be the submitter of an approval, so you can select the related fields here. So the current user, that means whoever is lastly updated the record that you want, or specific user field, that means created user, last modified by user, or any kind of different user you want here to an record. Or the third one is another user, that means you can go with any hard-coded user here. Okay, any kind of commit related to the submission of comments, you can go with this user. Okay, and update a record, as we already know that we can update any kind of particular field related to a record. So this is how exactly the process builder works here in Salesforce. In our next video, we are going to get in-depth knowledge about whatever the actions we have. I am going to show you a demo where we will implement each and every action independently, and I will show you how it exactly works, what is their exact criteria, how you will get to know that yes, it is working fine, or how if any kind of issues you are getting in a process builder, how you can debug or resolve it. So this is how we will continue our this session of related to a process builder. So for this you need to continue with my channel. So that's all for today, guys. I hope you like this video. So just show me your love by giving any kind of thumbs up, like, share and subscribe my channel, so that it will inspire me to like or create the videos. Okay, thank you guys, bye bye, have a nice day, good night.